to a new week of enrichment for virtual teaching. Last week we had over 500 people be part of our virtual learning. And I hope that this week is as successful as last week. Last week we gave very basic tools for teachers on how to connect with their students and how to just get a handle on the things that we're doing. This week, the goal of the sessions are to give you more depth, to take you to tools that are more advanced, to help us sort of think about a holistic approach to virtual teaching and how to reach our students. Some of us have students who won't open up a camera or who won't sit at the computer. I think that these are things that we need to work on slowly with our students and that things are changing, but we need to start thinking about changing our own pedagogy. It's not enough to lecture in front of a student for a half an hour or whatever. That isn't virtual teaching or long distance learning. That's taking what I know and filming me, okay? And it's not the same. So now I think that we're gonna be giving more tools that are more focused on things that we need to get done, especially for Bagrut, because that's what is foremost right now. We're gonna have it, we're not gonna have it. No, I have no answers. So the question, but I'm assuming that at some point we may, and for that we need to see how to deal with book reports, how to deal with projects, how to deal with other things that are working, a Google site for our classroom, things that are gonna help us get organized after Pesach as well. So that's mostly what this week is about. So thank you for joining. I welcome you all to this wonderful week of personal enrichment and professional enrichment. And let's have some laughs. Let's have fun.
Okay, well, I hope we're going to have some fun. I can't promise because this is not necessarily one based on fun. But so I'm going to share my screen. And what I want to mention about the form, I shared the form at the top of the chat, but I suggest you not fill it in now, or if you filled it in now, fill it again later, because if you fill it in now, you're not going to want to know, you're not going to know what it is that you want to know more about. So I'll share it with you again at the end of the session, but just so that I know that it's there, you can open it up as a link, as another tab in your browser, and then it'll be open for afterwards. So we're in our bunny slippers again and hopefully boosting your skills in Zoom. And I'm going to do Quizlet 101. And if who's going to be fielding the questions? Judy? Okay, I see Judy is. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is start by showing you the movie. I made a movie and I shot that out last night about Zooming in a nutshell. So I'm not going to show you all of the movie, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the movie from a little bit in with the sound off. Not that one. Can you still see my screen? Yes, you can. Okay, so I'm going to start with the sound off and just walk you through the basics of, you clearly all know how to get into a Zoom as a participant, but you don't necessarily know how to get in as a host. So that's what I'm going to go over now. You go in as host, you turn it with the video on. A word about video, I've said it in a number of my sessions. It's really, really important for you to have your video on because it makes it much more personal. If you're just talking, if you're listening to a talking head, if your students are listening to your talking head or just a blank box or even just slides for the whole time, it makes it a lot less personal and you're a lot less, your students are a lot less What's the word? מחויבים.
Connected.
Yes.
Connected.
Involved.
Engaged.
Good word.
Responsible, a feeling of responsibility. Okay, so you open up Zoom meetings and it takes a few seconds. I've got a link here in the eye. If you don't know how to install it, that shows a short clip about how to install it. Once you go in, just like as participants, you have the microphone where you can test your speakers and video, and the start video thing. And this is how you share a link. If you are Zooming with your class, you open that window, like I just did, where it says share a link, and you click on where it says copy URL. The second you have clicked that, it copies the URL to your system, and then you paste it into wherever it is that you're going to be sharing it. You could do Control V, which is paste into either Messenger or an email or Facebook, or what I usually do is I usually do it with a WhatsApp group. That's what I find the easiest. But it depends how you're in touch with participants. For this, for example, I'm not in touch with you all on WhatsApp on my phone, so I use the email option. I suggest that right off at the start, you click on mute all, that current and new participants will be muted. Everybody gets muted automatically as they join, but you can also enable them to unmute themselves if you wish. If you're doing this with your class, I suggest you not necessarily allow them to unmute themselves. You might want to control that, especially in the first sessions, especially if you have a large class. So you just tick that or not in order to let them unmute themselves or not. You can unmute everybody all at once if you want them all to respond to something. On the More button, you have the ability to mute them upon entry, allow participants to unmute themselves. You can have them play a chime so that you know when somebody is joining you. It's good to have that chime for enter or exit because you can keep track of people coming in and going out. And the lock meeting means that you've sent out this link, but you don't want, at this point, you want anybody else to join, so you can lock the meeting. I've never used it, but it is a possibility.
Where is this button that you can make all these choices? Where is that found on the Zoom?
Sorry?
What
What I'm showing you here is the tool, all the buttons on the toolbar on the bottom. So what I just showed you now is the More.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm doing this using, not using the Zoom directly because the Zoom does not show you the toolbar. That's why I recorded it and I'm showing you the recording.
The problem is, Adele, that what we see is the play line with the red, which is covering the More button on the bottom of the screen. Okay, when you play the video, there's a red line at the bottom.
Okay, so I'm doing it in this view where it's smaller, but it won't be covering the play view, I hope.
Do you understand what I'm saying about the red line? Okay, and also there's a question how you can unmute them all in the middle of a session.
So I've made the view of the movie smaller, and hopefully you'll be able to, that won't get in the way of seeing it. If not, I'll just stop doing the movie and we'll move on. Judy, you were saying something that you wanted me to tell you, but I was not able to focus on.
There was a question about how you can unmute in the middle of a session. In other words, you let your kids come in and they're all muted. And now after 10 minutes, you want them all to speak.
Okay, so that's why I'm showing you the button here.
Okay, that's what that was.
Can you see the button for unmute all?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so in order to when you click share screen, you get a picture of all of the windows that are open up on your computer. Now, I have more than you probably will because I have 2 screens. But whatever it is, you click on the screen that it is that you want to show. And that's the screen that gets shown. It's got the screens, it has whiteboard and the iPhone, iPad, which I don't have. And if you want to write to people, okay, you guys don't need this, right? Everybody knows how to write in the chat that you can also chat to somebody specific or to everybody. And again, this recording is included in the files that I'll be sending you. So I think I'm going to stop this now.
Do you remember that sometimes we tried to share a video, but you can't hear it from the computer? There's like this audio thing you have to change.
Yes.
So Emily is asking, and I remember there was a button somewhere about that.
Can you see my pop-up?
Yes. Emily, are you watching?
Okay, so first of all, you could play around with the different views. There's gallery view and full screen view. It's up in the right-hand corner of your computer, and I suggest you all play around with that. It gives you different views. Now, this is what Emily asked for. Can you see my screen, the toolbar while sharing? Okay, so you click on more over here, and then what pops up, first of all, disable participants annotation when you open a new Zoom if you are not going to want them annotating, because they can wreak havoc on your slides if you do not do that. And if you are going to have them annotating, show the names of the annotators so you know who's doing it. If you're going to be showing video, you should share computer sound and optimize share for full screen video clip. That's what I click when I'm showing a video.
And this more can only be seen if you are the one that's hosting the Zoom?
This more is what is seen when you are sharing.
Okay.
Oh no, it's also not only when you're sharing. Yeah, while you're sharing.
Because I don't see it on my screen. I don't have a more.
Because you're not sharing.
Right. Okay. So this is when you're sharing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. To manage participants and mute, you go into manage participants and you can mute all, you can unmute all, and there's this more button. The more button gives you the basic sharing when you're sharing screens, so you have all the different windows like I showed you. It gives you advanced sharing, which enables you to share part of your screen, enables you to share your computer sound only, and you can connect from a second camera, which I have never played with. And again, down here, you have that option, share computer sound, and optimize for full screen viewing again. And the third option that you have in advanced is to upload a file, which I've also never done, but it is a possibility from either Dropbox, Microsoft OneDrive, Google Drive, or Box, whatever that is. So let's play. Remember, you can either chat privately or to everyone. We are going to be playing Pictionary. And in order to play Pictionary, I'm going to share my screen and share my whiteboard. So I'm going to ask for a volunteer, and whoever that volunteer is, I'm going to send them something from Pictionary that they will have to draw on the whiteboard, and the other people will have to guess what it is. So in order to do that, I will ask for a volunteer. This is what you must now draw on the whiteboard. Nobody else has seen it, only you have seen it.
Okay, so I have to draw this now.
You do.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And she's drawing on a whiteboard that we can see? No.
Wait a second.
It's right in front of you.
You can't
Adele,
see
how
the
is
whiteboard?
she seeing it but nobody else?
In the chat.
I don't have the ability to draw now.
Yes, go into view options at the top
Okay.
and
Yeah.
click, and it says annotate.
Annotate. Okay. And now draw. Draw.
And now you have a bar that's up in front of your whiteboard, and you can do whatever you want there.
How do I actually just get a pen with mouse?
You click on the squiggly.
Where it says draw.
Draw,
On
okay.
the top bar, it'll say draw.
Right. Okay.
And now I'm unmuting everybody so you can start guessing. So if anybody has background noise in their house, please mute yourself.
Triangle. Not a triangle.
Rectangle.
House.
A roof.
Inside,
How do I draw?
inside and
Haley,
outside.
Draw. Hold on. I want to draw.
Haley, if you
Airplane?
go back and you choose the squiggly line
Yeah.
on the
oh,
upper
okay.
left, then you're going to be able to draw normally.
Okay. So
You
how do
want
I
me to
delete
clear what
this
you've
now?
done, Haley?
You can clear the screen.
Now I'm ready.
Okay. What I forgot to do is to set the timer. So,
Wait, what do you mean by a timer? What do you need a timer for?
Timer.
she doesn't have all day. She's gonna have 2 minutes.
Infinity.
2 minutes.
A figure eight?
A bowl.
Hair?
Bowl, pot.
Spoon? A bowl?
More. Close. What's this?
Flowers? Hair?
Flower
Oh.
pot. Flower pot?
No.
Pool.
Think like that, Omer.
Water. Toilet bowl.
A bird flying into a nest?
Oh,
What is
think like
that?
the Omer.
It look like a toilet bowl.
To plant. Planting.
Am I allowed to write?
Trash bin.
No, you can't write. It's Pictionary. You can only draw pictures.
No, no
Fishing?
writing.
Flower pot.
A flower pot? Ah. That
Firefish.
You can also change the colors, Haley.
Wait, could you show us again how we do this on the board? Like
Yeah,
how
we're
we
gonna
choose to share a board?
Okay, Adele,
Okay,
move
eraser.
on, honey.
Board. That's a good one.
Hands up.
Okay.
Adele.
What? What, Judy?
Let's move on, okay? We love
Tell us
you,
what it
Haley, but it's not working. We didn't get it.
From the frying pan into the fire.
Oh.
Also do.
English teacher, not an art teacher.
Okay,
Very well done.
I'm
now
gonna
that we know
I'm
it.
gonna give one more person a chance. Who wants?
Sorry. Sorry.
No, it was a good try.
These
It
are
was a good
difficult.
try.
One more person. Who wants to try?
Sure,
I'll
but
do
I
it.
don't know how to.
Tell me.
Yeah, Emily wants to. Let
Okay, how do I do it?
Emily. Okay, Emily, I'm sending you.
Okay. Now how do I use the tools?
You go to the view
You go to the
option.
top, you have put your cursor on the top and you can draw up there. Go to the drawing, go to the
Annotate.
squiggly line on the drawing and draw what you
Okay.
see, what I told you. And we've got,
Not draw. Oh. How do I do this? Ah!
only Emily's drawing. Did you notice that somebody else tried to draw and we could see who it was?
Yeah, but I cannot see how to share the board.
Okay, Judy, you want to?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Stairway to heaven. A doorway to heaven.
Oh, you got part of it.
Open the door.
Open the door.
Which?
Oh, you're good. You're really good.
Open the door.
No.
Close the
Don't
door.
open the door.
Not with the hands, only with the elbow.
אבל אני מדברת משם.
When one door opens, the other door closes.
Oh, good one.
When one door opens, another closes.
Did we get it?
One door closes, another opens.
Another one opens.
Opens, right.
Okay, good job. Right? Somebody got it.
Oh, did they? I didn't hear. Yay!
Yeah, Emily.
בגלל שאני אוכלת. תראי.
Okay, good job.
Fine.
Okay, so I don't have time to go into all this because I did promise you.
They
guys-
they just want you to show one more time how you opened up the whiteboard.
You go into share, and instead of sharing the screen, you share the whiteboard. When you
There
get
you
the when you get the clip, you'll see it.
So you can see
Okay.
me, but you
What
can't
I also
When you share the whiteboard, do you have to allow everyone to annotate again? You have to turn that off.
Sorry.
Once you share the whiteboard, do you have to allow annotating?
Yes. Yes, you cannot do the whiteboard without annotating.
Once you share the whiteboard, but then whoever's going to draw has to move their mouse up to the top of the screen where you'll see view options. And when you click on view options, you'll see annotate. So each person who wants to draw has to do that on their own.
אני מלמדת פתאום השיעור בורח.
Okay,